if it is indeed a tunnel. There's a top, there's a bottom, there are sidewalls.
Ridiculously easy.
Oh, really?
We are not oscillating. That casing is just going
dropping.
in.
It's just dropping.
Yes.
The Log brothers have just uncovered a massive underground structure on Oak Island, one that could change everything we think we know about the island's past. As the team digs deeper into the legendary money pit, they've encountered something completely unexpected. Whatever lies beneath the surface doesn't fit with anything seen before. Could this finally be the discovery that reveals the truth behind the treasure? What happens next may be the clearest sign yet that an ancient, highly advanced hidden civilization once operated here. This is a dig that literally shook the ground. The site is alive with energy as enormous steel caissons are driven deeper into the earth. The excavation has now reached nearly 100 feet, a depth long considered suspicious by previous search teams. Old records have hinted for years that hidden structures exist below this level, and now the team is determined to see what's really buried beneath Oak Island. Recent groundwater tests have only intensified the excitement, showing traces of gold and silver at these depths. But history has taught the team to be cautious. Hope alone doesn't guarantee success. Still, what they've just uncovered is far more shocking than anyone imagined. And this discovery may not be the only thing about to change everything. Using a massive claw-like tool, the crew begins pulling material from deep underground. Almost immediately, signs of something unusual appear. Old wooden beams, weathered, carefully cut, and clearly not natural, start surfacing. The team debates their meaning. Are these remains of an ancient support structure? A collapsed tunnel? Or something even larger? With every new piece of evidence, it becomes clearer they're digging in the right place. But the deeper they go, the stranger the discovery becomes. At around 110 feet, the situation takes another dramatic turn. More wood emerges, but this time it's different. Some beams bear markings, Roman numerals etched into the surface, the kind once used in organized construction projects. The team is stunned. If these markings are authentic, it suggests that whoever worked here long ago did so with purpose, planning, and advanced knowledge. But what were they building? And more importantly, what were they trying to hide? The massive steel tube continues forcing its way downward through layers of earth and stone. As it reaches 160 feet, the tension becomes unbearable. This depth has led to major discoveries in the past, and the team knows they're close to something significant. Some believe they may be approaching a hidden chamber, possibly a treasure vault sealed behind thick stone or concrete. Then, suddenly, everything stops. The steel casing slams into something solid. The operation grinds to a halt. Machinery strains and groans as it struggles against an unknown barrier deep below the surface. The crew exchanges anxious glances. Have they reached the vault? Is this a buried stone structure? Or is Oak Island throwing yet another obstacle in their way? Silence fills the site as they watch the steel cylinder push against whatever lies beneath them. Every second stretches on, heavy with anticipation. Then the caisson begins to shake violently, sending vibrations through the ground. The team braces themselves. Without warning, a deep, unsettling rumble echoes from below. The earth trembles. Dust rises in thick clouds. Something massive is shifting underground, and before anyone can react, the ground beneath them starts to give way. A massive void opens up, swallowing everything in its path. Equipment tilts dangerously toward the edge as soil and rock collapse into the growing chasm. The crew scrambles back, hearts racing. They've triggered a major collapse. But what does it mean? Is this just another sinkhole? Or have they exposed something far more significant? The sheer size of the underground space suggests something enormous has been hidden here for centuries. But it also means the site is dangerously unstable. One wrong move could cause the entire area to cave in. Panic sets in. The risk is enormous. Continuing could cost them their equipment, years of work, and possibly their only real chance at uncovering the truth. Dust hangs thick in the air as they stand at the edge, staring into the darkness below. Moving forward could place them directly into history. Walking away might mean losing this opportunity forever. The decision weighs heavily on everyone involved. Do they push deeper into the unknown? Or is this a warning to turn back before it's too late? To understand what they've uncovered, they must first understand Oak Island itself, an island that refuses to give up its secrets. Oak Island. Just the name sparks curiosity. This small island off the coast of Nova Scotia has been dug into, flooded, and obsessed over for more than 200 years. Why? Because someone left just enough evidence behind to keep treasure hunters coming back again and again. A pit that mysteriously floods itself. Strange carvings. Coconut fibers found where coconuts shouldn't exist. Each clue makes the story more unbelievable. And every attempt to uncover the truth seems to come at a cost. It all began in 1795, when a group of young men, led by Daniel McGuinness, noticed a strange depression in the ground. Above it hung a tree with an old pulley system. That alone was enough to convince them something had been hidden there. They began digging and quickly discovered layers of logs stacked neatly every 10 feet. This wasn't natural. Someone had carefully constructed it. And just like that, the legend of the money pit was born. What was buried there? Who put it there? And why did every attempt to reach it end in disaster? In 1804, the Onslow Company took over the effort. They reached nearly 90 feet deep and uncovered a large stone covered in strange symbols. It sounded promising, until the stone mysteriously vanished. All that remains are second-hand accounts claiming it carried a message suggesting millions were buried below. If true, someone clearly didn't want that message preserved. As digging continued, so did the problems. Flooding, collapses, and endless frustration followed every attempt. Oak Island was not willing to surrender its secrets easily. By the mid-19th century, the Truro Company tried a different approach. Instead of digging straight down, they drilled into the pit from the side. They struck wooden platforms and what felt like metal. Yet another mystery added to an already impossible story. And still, the island kept its secrets. Coconut fibers. On a small island in Canada, someone went through the effort of bringing these fibers from a warm climate just to use them here. That alone raises a huge question. Why? Then there's the so-called soft metal. Were these coins? Pieces of treasure? Or just another cruel trick played by the island itself? In 1897, another strange discovery adds to the mystery. Deep underground, searchers uncover a tiny scrap of parchment with the letters VI written on it. An enormous operation, all for this one small fragment. But it hinted at something much bigger. Were important documents buried here? A treasure map? Valuable records? As always with Oak Island, every answer only created more questions. In the early 1900s, William Chappell and his team take their turn. They recover an axe, a fluke anchor, and a miner's pick, later traced back to Cornish miners. More evidence that someone long before modern treasure hunters worked hard underground, possibly to hide something meant to stay hidden. Then, in 1965, Robert Dunfield arrives with heavy machinery, determined to finally defeat Oak Island. He digs a massive hole, both wide and deep, but finds nothing of value. Like so many before him, he leaves with less than he arrived with, and more unanswered questions. The 1970s bring one of the most infamous efforts yet, Borehole 10X. The Triton Alliance drills down more than 235 feet. Using underwater cameras, they capture footage that appears to show a chest, tools, and most chilling of all, what looks like human remains. But the images are unclear. The shaft collapses. The evidence is lost. Another dead end, swallowed by the island. Then come the Lagina brothers, the faces of the curse of Oak Island. They arrive with cameras rolling, advanced technology, and a determination to solve a mystery that has lasted for centuries. And to their credit, they uncover some remarkable finds. In 2016, they discover a lead cross that may trace back to medieval Europe. Beneath the swamp, they uncover a massive stone road, suggesting large-scale construction once took place on the island. A brooch set with a garnet, estimated to be around 500 years old, adds to the intrigue. Even wood pulled from deep underground points to the possibility of man-made tunnels. Soil testing reveals unusually high levels of silver beneath the money pit. Could it mean treasure? Every discovery leads to more digging, more theories, more money spent. And still, Oak Island refuses to reveal the full story. Is there truly a treasure hidden by pirates, the Knights Templar, or a lost civilization? Or is it all just an elaborate illusion created by nature, coincidence, and centuries of hope? After countless failed attempts and endless questions, one thing is clear: finding the truth won't be easy. Rick Lagina is a man who never let go of a story. He wasn't born into treasure hunting, but you'd never guess that from how his life unfolded. Rick was born on January 25th, 1952, in Kingsford, Michigan, into a hard-working family. His younger brother Marty followed a few years later, and together with their two sisters, they grew up in a home where curiosity was encouraged. Rick's obsession began when he was just 11 years old, after reading an article in Reader's Digest about Oak Island and its legends. Most kids would have read it and forgotten all about it. Rick didn't. Something about the mystery stuck with him. Maybe the idea of buried treasure, or maybe the fact that no one had ever solved it. That story stayed with him through adulthood. He finished school, took a steady job with the Postal Service, and settled into a routine life. But Oak Island never truly left his thoughts. Marty Lagina took a very different path. Born on August 26, 1955, he focused on building a practical future. He earned a mechanical engineering degree from Michigan Technological University, then added a law degree from the University of Michigan. While Rick sorted mail, Marty climbed the corporate ladder in the energy industry. In the early 1980s, Marty founded Terra Energy Limited, a company specializing in natural gas extraction from Michigan shale. It proved to be a smart move. In 1995, he sold the company for $58 million, securing the kind of financial freedom most people only dream of. That's when everything changed. Rick still had Oak Island on his mind, and Marty now had the resources to make the dream real. In 2006, the brothers decided it was time to stop wondering and start digging. They purchased a controlling interest in Oak Island Tours, Incorporated, which owned much of the island. By 2014, their efforts turned into a full-scale television series. The Curse of Oak Island premiered on the History Channel, transforming Rick and Marty from everyday brothers into household names. Viewers watched as they poured time, money, and energy into unraveling Oak Island's mysteries. Was there gold, ancient relics, or nothing at all? The deeper they dug, the more questions surfaced. Week after week, audiences tuned in as the brothers faced setback after setback, but never quit. Rick became the heart of the operation, the dreamer who refused to let go of the belief that something extraordinary lies beneath the island. Marty became the balance, the strategist who made sure the search stayed grounded in logic and reality. Now, with a new discovery shaking the island once again, the question remains: does this finally prove the treasure is real? Or is it just another false lead keeping the legend alive? Let us know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe to the Timefold channel and hit that like button.